The Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 1. I think it was called, like, At All Times, or Times Like These, or something like that. So I just did an entire series wrap-up, Season 1 through 5 review. You can watch that, it's on my channel. And I guess, technically, this will contain spoilers. If you're gonna watch the show anyway, check this out after you see it, I guess. But I'm not gonna, like, tell you what happens at the end of the episode specifically for the point of spoilers. Like, you can, even if you do watch this, then you go into the episode, there's still plenty of things you won't know about. I learned this in English class. This is called media en res. It's like opens up in the middle of some action scene or something, or maybe dialogue or something, without introducing what's going on. It just throws you right into it. So they found a huge like army of like thousands of walkers like trapped in this valley area, and both the entrances and exits are blocked off with trucks. And they're like, that's why this place has been so safe. That's why they haven't had to deal with walkers. So at the beginning of the episode, they're going through a plan, and then one of the trucks breaks on the thing, and the zombies start to go that way. So they're like, let's go, we're doing this now. And I think Abraham says, we'll do it live. And everybody's like, this is supposed to be just the run training exercise. I'm not prepared for this. But yeah, the whole idea was that the truck's keeping the zombies in this pen. One of them was like about to fall off the cliff, and then they're going to send the zombies that way towards Alexandria. Or we can open up the other edge and bring a lot of noise and draw them out this way to the east or whatever, and have them push them away from our town. So that was their plan. It was like the exodus of walkers, and it was great. It was a very good spectacle for a premiere of an episode. And then the flashbacks of showing how they got to this situation are all in black and white. I'm still not sure how I feel about it. At first I'm just like, I don't like this, because black and white is like, black and white, we want color. And I don't feel it was all that difficult to distinguish between present and past. I feel like I could have figured it out without the color change, but But AMC's done this before, because remember, I was watching just out of the blue. I'm like, alright, maybe I'll try Walking Dead. This is a while ago, before I actually started watching the whole thing, and I watched the first episode, and it was all in black and white, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? It's like, is something wrong with the channel? So like, is this just a problem AMC has? Like, no, they do that on purpose. The reruns are in black and whites, and then they play the new episodes in color. So that's neat. So throughout this episode, I noticed that Rick, remember I was talking about character growth in my thing, and it's like Rick goes from way too nice to way too mean to the perfect balance. He's starting to go way too mean again. He's I feel overly harsh. Don't get me wrong. That guy who slashed that guy's neck totally deserved to get shot in the face. But Rick was like, we don't bury killers in these walls, and he's mean. There's no other word for it. Rick's mean. So don't get me wrong, this entire idea, the thing that they're doing, this is all Rick, and he's guiding everybody, and he's helping him. He's still that great leader we remember him to be. But he's being mean. And when they're like, we don't bury killers inside these walls, he's like, let's just leave the body here. And I get it, because it's like, they're outside walkers, they really don't need to be. And then Morgan's looking at Rick, and he's like, that's not who you are, Rick. And just the whole Rick wants to stop sending parties out to go find people. Even Daryl, who's all about the lone wolf, is disagreeing with that. And he's like, you know, it's your call, but that is how we survive. We get more people. And this is why Rick will always be cooler than Daryl, because Daryl knows his place. He's like, Rick, here's a suggestion, but I recognize you're in charge, so if you don't want to take it, that's cool with me. And when he's asking for volunteers and Gabriel raises his hand, he's just like, no. Anybody else? That was great. But on the flip side, Morgan is being too nice. Alright, in the show, somebody not important, not a big character, gets bitten by a zombie. And Rick's like, shh, you got it. He's like screaming, he's like, ah! And I'm like, just stab him in the face, just stab him in the face. He's gonna turn. Look where he got bit. There is no saving him. And then Rick does finally just stab him in the back of the head. And then he looks up, and then Morgan's looking at him like, I'm like, Morgan, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Move it, fatty. Get off my street. But he does say like, yeah, I guess that needed to happen. Part where Rick acts perfectly. The cops, hands up, I didn't do it. I feel like I shouldn't look at him. Like, if I make eye contact, he'll shoot me. There's a part where Rick comes across like some people in a meeting room like talking about a rebellion, and he's got a gun on Eugene. And they're like, we're taking this town back from you. And he's like, I would have set some lookouts. And then he just takes the gun from him and puts it in, and he's like, do you have any idea who you're talking to? That was like, Rick. Yeah. And the wife of the guy that Rick had to kill, who's got the kids, she and Rick, you could cut the sexual tension with a knife. an invisible knife because there is none. Rick clearly wants her, and it seems like she kind of wanted Rick earlier in the season. Now she's all like, you killed my husband, I don't want you near my kids, I don't want you, my kids can't hear anything from you, and this is what Rick's doing. This is where I'm on Rick's side again. It's like, everything I said to him needed to be said. On the whole, I did like the episode a lot. I'm like, Walking Dead, yes. Rick is cool, he's petering on the a little too mean side, especially when he's like, but on the whole, it was a cool episode, and I liked it a lot. Thank you for watching. I'm Wesley Thompson. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you'd like to join the crusade against everything evil, because with God on our side, we shall prevail. I'm just gonna stick with that. I'm sick of me going, oh, and trying to have some joke of me coming up with a new thing. Whatever.